This is the tabs exercise in InDesign. Here is our finished idea of what we're going to build. And so the way to build this is to use tabs. On your keyboard, you have the tab key. Notice that under the Type menu, we can hide or show hidden characters. I am in the Preview option. When I choose the normal view, we can see those hidden characters, in this case in blue, and we can see the end of a paragraph marker, a blank paragraph, and this double chevron here is the tab. The tab key is what controls the text that follows the tab. So when we want to make lines all align at the same place, we can use tabs. Down here, we align the left edges of the paragraphs from the items in front of it, again by using a tab. These alternate characters are set by using both glyphs and by also using another font. Let's look at how this was built. Here we have the same thing that has not yet been completed. Notice that when I typed out the word name, I would then hit the tab key. On the address line, I would hit the tab key. They are going to different places because the tabs go to every half inch unless we set them ourselves. So they're not adding the lines and they're not going to the proper place yet. We put in the tabs wherever we expect there to be those lines. Later we'll do this section. So once you've typed in your data and you have a hard return at the end of every line, creating paragraphs, and then a tab for every place you wish there was a line. You highlight this text and you get the tabs from the Type menu. This shortcut, Command-Shift-T in Mac or Control-Shift-T in Windows, is universal and is used in all the programs. In InDesign, it has a tiny magnet at the far right of the tabs box that pops up. When you have your page positioned, as you see here, this tiny magnet will put the tab ruler exactly over your type, so you can see where to set your tabs. Remember that our goal is to have lines go all the way to the end. We're going to set all 4 lines for that ending line, and then we're going to fix the one with the variation in it that has multiple tabs. Here on the tabs panel, we see that there are different ways to align. For example, we want all the right-hand edges to align. So I click on that first to tell the tabs box that's the kind I want. Then I can click, notice where I'm clicking above the ruler, but not on the actual panel, the small white area just above that. When I click that tab, again, it was a right-hand tab that I clicked, and so everything ran over to the right-hand edge. The one line gets mixed up until we fix it. Our goal is to move it over, but when we use tabs, we cannot go to the right edge immediately. We need to go near it and then push it under that little triangle that indicates the end of the text box. I'll click down here so you can see what happened. So again, I reselect the same area. We've got this tab right here, and we need it to make a line. So while this tab is selected, you can tell it's blue up there. You go to the leader box here in the tabs panel, and you choose Shift hyphen, also known as Shift underscore. And when you then use the tab key on your keyboard, you'll record that leader character being set for this tab, which is at the location indicated here. And so again, I'll click away so you can see. Here we've got the solid lines that we hoped for. Now we just have one line, city, state, zip, that is not in alignment with the others. So all I have to do is tell it that I want another right-hand tab. And where do I want the word state to start? Let's say here. And you see that that ran over to there. We don't have the line, though, between city and state. This highlighted tab, indicating the location of whatever follows the tab, needs to have that leader set again. So I put in shift hyphen. It's up there on your keyboard next to the 0 usually. Then I actually push the tab key on the keyboard as I normally do in all boxes to record my data. So now I have state, but I need to move zip. So I click over here, and again, I put the leader in, hitting the tab key. Now, if I felt that these were not in the right locations, I could simply drag them around on the tab ruler, and you can see that they just simply move. I should tell you that in certain views, it can look like your lines are broken, and I may not be able to simulate that. But sometimes when you're doing this, you see broken lines. It's not true, though. They'll be solid lines. And then when we go ahead and we hide the hidden characters, you can see that as I click away here, they're just normal.